Hi, everybody. June 17th, Courage to Change. I just thought I'd tell you, I was outside just a minute ago. It's so hot here. It's like 118, gonna be 120 today. And I went outside because it's the only time you can be out in the morning is when it's this hot, is you can be out in the morning or at night. Night, though, there's mosquitoes. So anyway, I went out there to do this recording and this bee showed up and I wish I could, I'm watching him right now out the window. He's like this big. He's one of those big black ones. And when I was sitting there recording and talking to you, because I did this, and then I said, oh my God, first it sounded like an airplane was, was coming. Like maybe an airplane far away. I could kind of hear that. And then all of a sudden this bee came and it was just, he's huge. He's this big black one. Not a bumblebee, but whatever kind of bee that is, I don't like it. And he's so big. I mean, I always have this fear about them getting in my hair. Not just bees, anything. Anyway, what an entertaining morning. I haven't seen a living person yet or a soul, except for that bee. Anyway, I want to do this reading. And then right after this, I'm getting on the morning step 2 for the people that are in Families and Friends, a program of recovery. So it's a good morning. It really is. I'm very excited about today and people getting help. So today is June 17th, Courage to Change. Al-Anon helps many of us to cope with crises that we simply could not have managed on our own. We learn to lean on a power greater than ourselves, and through the faith and support that surround us, we discover that we can live and even grow through terribly difficult times. For most of us, the situation eventually alters or we learn to find peace with it. But some of us continue to worry. What if the crisis returns? Al-Anon has helped before, but will it work for me if I need it again? What if some other misfortune comes to pass? I cannot know what the future will bring. My best hope is every bit as likely to occur as my best fear. So I have no reason to give more weight to my negative assumptions. All I can do is make the most of this day. Today, I can choose to trust my recovery, the tools of the program, and my higher power, and to recognize how far I've come. Today's reminder. Today, I will take a few minutes to acknowledge my growth. I am not perfect, but I certainly have made progress. So this is a perfect reading. I woke up thinking about this today because I went to bed last night after talking to a friend of mine in the program who had a horrible day. Some misfortune happened in her world, and not directly to her, but in her space, in her world. And it's one of those things that happens that's just unexplainable. I mean, one of the reasons that I don't watch the news anymore, I get so affected. And if it's a part of your work, you can't just ignore that, right? You can't be like me and just turn it off and walk away. So how do you deal with those things? You know, this is talking about crisis, and these tools that I've been given really have provided me a way to deal with life on life's terms, what's happening. And it's hard. I mean, I love to praise God and praise my higher power, whatever that is for me today, when things go well. But when things go wrong, I want to say there is no higher power, right? This doesn't make sense to me. And the problem is, I like what it says about staying in today. See, the problem for me is that, you know, my world seems to exist right now. And it's really a big picture. There's a lot going on. There are things in my life that have happened to me that in the moment I thought were the very worst things that could happen. And later to find out they were the very best things. That's hard to say with a tragedy. That's hard to say, you know, when someone, you know, especially if things are happening, you know, to others, and we're watching that happen, and it's like, it doesn't make sense. Why would God do this, right? Well, there's a bigger picture there. I either have to believe that God is or he isn't. Is this the same God that has restored me to sanity? I've seen evidence of God in my life. Why can I not do that with other things? Because they're not the way I think they should be? I don't know the big picture. I don't know the whole story. When I am deciding, when I get so hooked into an event or someone else's life or what's happening in their life, I really am playing God. I'm deciding if it's good or if it's bad. And I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, I know that I just don't know. And I know people want to say, yeah, but this. Yeah, but this. But I don't know. I'm not God. I am here as an observer, as a participant, not the director, not the producer, as a person who's trying to make things better for others, as a person who's trying to add to the stream of life, not stir the pot and make it harder, right? So when things happen, in particular, just recently, there's a woman in this little circle of women that I'm involved with right now. They're older women. They're absolutely fantastic. I think I've talked about them before. And they're the most amazing women I've ever met. They've had amazing lives, and I get to witness like this end of life, their last chapter. And they are pistols. They do so much and are so energetic that I can't keep up with them. And sometimes in my mind, I think, my life is over. I hit 50 and I'm done. I'm done. This is enough. I'm tired. These women have gone on long further than me. And they're golfing and they're playing cards and they're going to dinner and they're throwing parties and they do scavenger hunts and they are like always doing stuff, right? And taking care of each other. And one of them got sick. The one that you wouldn't think, right? All of a sudden something happened and she's in the hospital. And then that thing that happens, the domino effect, one thing happened, now this is happening and this is happening, and it's complicated and it's scary. And, I want to immediately, something in me, because of my past, because of the trauma in my past, I want to take it on like it's happening to me. Like she's my mother, or this is really happening to me. And you know what? It's not happening to me. It's happening to her and her partner, right? And so how can I be helpful here? How can I not take it on? Her friends are devastated. I'm a new friend to the circle. So I need to step back and help the people that are feeling powerless because they can't help her, right? They can't help her. So the doctors can help her. She's in the hospital. She's in ICU. They have the best doctors working on her and nurses, and they have care, and they're doing everything, and they're keeping us updated. And there's nothing I can do about that. I'm not a doctor, but I can go to their house and let the dog out, put the trash cans out because it was trash day yesterday and they're at the hospital all day. I watered the plants. You know what I mean? I brought the mail in. The day before I picked the dog up and took the dog out to play. Like the silent helper. I don't know why this is happening. I don't know, out of all the women that have had different things physically happen to them, why this one? She's in the best health. She's not the youngest of them, but she's in the best health. So I don't understand what's happening. I don't know how it's going to end. I need to not become so affected by it that I can't be helpful. I have to trust God. God is in charge here, right? I can't stop someone from passing that's lived a long, full life. I can't stop tragedies from happening. But when they do, my job on the planet is see how can I add to the stream of life? How can I help out those left behind? How can I help those that are going into the same situation that I am, that I was in? Well, I can tell them there's a way out. I can invite them to Al-Anon. I can tell them about Nar-Anon. I can just give them hope that when they're ready, I'll take them to a meeting. See what I mean? It's a shift in perception. And you have to really work at it because it's hard when life is happening not to be run over by, you know, feel like a Mack truck just ran over you. But you have to stand up and say, okay, how can I be helpful to those around me here? Especially if it's not my tragedy. You know, that's why I quit watching the news. I'm an empath, too affected by others. And then I really am worthless to everybody I'm supposed to be taking care of. So anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. This is a great reading. Al-Anon has changed my life. I hope we talk about it. I hope I see some comments. And I love you all. Bye.